The city of Jackson was a simple way station for teamsters hauling freight into the foothills. Today, it's the seat of Amador County, but it owes its existence to what was, at the time, the deepest mine in the country, the Kennedy Mine. And we're off to explore it, Cruisin, California. From the headframe, which still stands, the Kennedy dug over a mile into the earth. But that's only part of the story. At the bottom of the 5,900-foot mine shaft were more than 50 miles of tunnel. Only part of the Kennedy mine still stands, but it's enough to give us an idea of what went on there. However, there's a working model of the mine, built to 1/12 scale by Robert Post, the son of the engineer who built the original tailing wheels for the mine. We were given a rare opportunity to see the model in action, thanks to Georgia Fox, retired curator of the Amador County Museum.
This is the head frame of the Kennedy, and it was built in miniature scale, 1 inch to a foot, by Mr. Robert Post. The head frame was used to carry the men down more than a mile under the earth to get the gold and to bring the gold up.
As you can hear, the stamp mill was a lot of noise 24/7, but the residents were used to it. And in fact, when the noise stopped, that's when they took notice and became concerned. Miners worked the mine in 3 shifts. 2 shifts went down to mine the ore, and the 3rd shift went down to remove the water. If the water weren't taken out, the tunnels would soon fill up, because they needed to remove 75,000 gallons of water every single day. The first and last stop for the miners each day was the change house. Now, if you think high grade means something good, think again. Listen as Frank Blauvelt, a Kennedy mine expert, tells us what it really means.
They wore special clothes when they were working down in the mine, and they changed into those in this building, and then when they came up out of the mine, they came back into this building where they were required to take a shower. And the shower was not so much because the owners of the mine were worried about the cleanliness of the miners. They wanted to get the miners nude so that they could check and make sure that they were not what was called high grading or stealing gold from the mine. So the miners were inspected from the time they got out of the shower to the time they walked over and picked up their street clothes. And that was the way they controlled high grading in the mines.
The mine house was the center of operations and was host to many visitors. Investors, bankers, and notable people of the day were entitled to stay in some fairly fancy digs, while others, such as salespeople and assayers, shared accommodations. It took 1 ton of ore to produce a 1/4 ounce of gold, but at $20 an ounce, it was worth it then. They could process 400 tons a day, and that equates to $8,000. The Kennedy mine was closed in 1942 because it wasn't essential to the war effort. Over the next 3 years, water built up in the tunnels and the mine wasn't reopened. Is there still gold left down there? Well, we don't know, but with gold hovering at $900 an ounce, you have to wonder when it might begin to make sense to mine the mine once more. Cruisin, California. I'm Erik St. John.